Happy weekend to all. Welcome to the program that analyzes the week that was and helps position you for the week ahead. I'm Maria Bartiromo, coming to you this weekend from the World Economic Forum here in Davos, Switzerland, where President Trump marked his return to the global stage, virtually addressing world leaders here as U.S. president once again.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff. The United States has the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we're going to use it. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto.
And back home, President Trump is kickstarting his Golden Age of America agenda, signing executive orders to dismantle Biden's regulatory state and create an economic boom with new sweeping AI and energy actions. President Trump has declared an energy national emergency. He's expanding oil drilling and natural gas exports. He's scrapping Biden's EV mandates and is pulling the United States from the Paris Climate Accord. All moves that my next guest says are all just common sense energy solutions. And joining me now is Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley. Senator, it's great to have you. Thanks very much for joining us. And I'd like to start right there with President Trump's policies on energy. Here in Davos, people are saying that President Trump's revolution of common sense needs to be taking hold in Europe as well. Your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are that his executive order is exactly the right thing to do, and I might say about all the actions he's taken in the first 48 hours is like a tornado going through Washington, D.C., and this town needs a shake-up, and I think he's doing it. Now, in regard to his energy programs, for decades, I've always said the best energy program is all of the above. That means all the fossil fuels we need, all the alternative energy we can have, conservation and nuclear. And I think he's headed in that right direction, and it's going to have a very strong ripple effect through the entire economy. It's not just when you put gasoline in your car. It's going to have many times the advantage of cheaper gas for the car. And it's just exactly what we need to spur this economy and get this inflation down.
Right. And there's also a major impact from artificial intelligence. I mean, President Trump announcing this $500 billion Stargate project. We need more electricity. We need more energy. So the oil story coincides with the growth story.
Yeah, and we're going to find out what's wrong with the energy policies the last 4 years. It's going to put us behind about 5 or 10 years getting geared up for what we need for artificial intelligence and all the energy that's going to take. And it's not just for the consumers, for their gas tank in their car. It's just a ripple effect through the economy, because you see every service, every product that we buy has an energy component to it. And when we have cheaper energy, we're going to see cheaper prices paid for almost everything.
Senator, I've got to ask you about these confirmation process underway. I mean, you've got 53 Senate majority Republicans and 47 Senate minority Democrats, and people believe that the Democrats are basically controlling these confirmation hearings. How is that possible?
They are controlling it from this standpoint, that if they don't agree to unanimous consent to bring a nomination up, you got to have a separate vote to bring it up, and then you have unlimited debate. You have to have 51 votes to stop debate, and even after you have 51 votes to stop debate, then there's 30 hours of debate possible afterwards. If people don't yield back that time, that stretches out most nominees to a 2 or 3 day process. And that's just the way the Senate works. And normally, they shouldn't take advantage of it. But because we approved both in the George W. Bush administration, Obama administration, in the first 3 weeks, about a dozen cabinet nominees. And then when Trump's first term, Democrats slowed it down. And then it was slowed down again in the Biden administration. We ought to get back to normal because this president has a mandate, a popular mandate and an electoral mandate, and he's got to deliver. And the Democrats should realize that and let these cabinet people get in place so this mandate can get underway very quickly. Until you get these cabinet people in their position, this town really doesn't move as quickly as it otherwise would.
Yes, it's a good explanation. Thank you for that. It's wrong, but I understand. Senator, you and top congressional leaders have been huddling with the president at the White House this week. What can you tell us about those meetings, and how close are you to, as President Trump likes to say, one big, beautiful bill, a reconciliation bill, sir?
Well, if we have two big, beautiful bills, he will still use the same adjectives, only one number will change, and we're going to get the job done either way. And I saw the president on Fox News last night for an hour interview, and he did make clear that he likes one bill, but he says one bill or two bills, as long as we get the job done, it's okay with him. And our meeting at the White House with the House and Senate Republican leadership was a very productive meeting and helps move things along very well. And so I'm very hopeful that we're going to be able to get this mandate delivered very quickly.
Okay, and do you believe you'll be able to get the tax extensions in early in the year?
I think the tax extensions takes a little longer. And of course, we in the Senate have to wait until the House passes a bill. That's the way the Constitution has tax legislation. But we're not going to sit around and wait for the House. Going way back to September, anticipating a big Trump victory, we set up 6 working groups within the Republicans on the Senate Finance Committee, and we're well along on the goals that we want to accomplish in a Senate bill.
Okay, we will leave it there. Senator, we so appreciate your time. Thanks so much. We'll be watching your work, sir.